So Nadine is a single mom to two beautiful, wonderful girls. She was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer in 2022. Her diagnosis with this aggressive form of cancer disproportionately affects Black women under 40. Nadine was just 5 weeks away from her 40th birthday when she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. Nadine, please join us to share your story.
Sorry, get over here.
Yes. You can stand.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. So I started my speech off with a joke about wearing pink on Wednesdays. Nobody is wearing pink except for me.
You go, girl.
You cannot sit with me. However, I do not want anyone to be a part of this club. But if you do have to be a part of this club, this organization is by far the most impactful organization for anyone in Ontario or in Canada living with breast cancer. So when I was asked to speak, I was honored. I love this organization so much. And I thought about what would I share in the month of October. And everybody in this room, I'm sure, has been impacted in some way, shape, or form by breast cancer, whether you know a survivor, whether you are that survivor, whether a family member or something has been affected. And so I don't want to waste my time up here telling you about the diagnosis, the heartbreaking news to receive it, the devastation of breaking the hearts of your loved ones and people that you care about. I want to talk to you about the time between diagnosis and death, which is life. Everybody in my family and my close circle know that when I pass, I don't want them to say, I don't want them to say she lost her battle to breast cancer. I just want them to celebrate my life. And so that's what I'm going to talk about when it comes to the Breast Cancer Support Fund, because having to relearn who you are as a person after a diagnosis, I would equate it to maybe a woman having a baby and trying to love your body again and trying to get to know who you are outside of just being a mom. And so it's really about trying to figure out who am I outside of my diagnosis and not wearing cancer as a scarlet letter. This organization in particular, when you're going through chemo, and I don't know if people talk about this enough, and that's why I have to equate it to pregnancy, because chemo brain is very similar to pregnancy brain. It's very hard to keep track of appointments, to fill out forms, to remember your groceries. And my 7-year-old, who at the time was 5, did not care that her mom had chemotherapy the day before. She wanted her cereal right now, and that's when she had to get it. And organizations like this, and I don't want to say organizations like this because it's very important to understand that there is no other organization like the Breast Cancer Support Fund. This is not about research, this is not about community, this is about you, your diagnosis, and your ability to have some dignity about yourself. Being a very independent person and then instantaneously throwing yourself into disability. I don't know if many people know, but it takes roughly about 9 to 16 months to get disability in Ontario. So during that time period from your diagnosis to being thrown right into chemo and not working, you have almost a year waiting time. And what do you do in that time? I would imagine that all of us, whether we have a cancer diagnosis or not, could not go without an income for 10 months. Statistically, most of us can't go without 2 paychecks before we are in dire need. And the Breast Cancer Support Fund, it's not about filling out forms, it's not about keeping receipts, it's about I need assistance, this is my name, and then they just provide you with assistance. I cannot express how important this organization is. If you are going to donate to anything as a breast cancer survivor, this is where we need the money. And I'm here for the research. I admire every scientist who is working to cure this disease, but to me, to other survivors, we have to get to tomorrow. It's really not about 20 years from now, because we might not have that. But today, with dignity, I'm able to thank Donna, thank everybody that works at this organization. Sorry, I cannot stress enough how important this organization is. So if you have ever donated, if you have ever considered donating, I just want you to understand what that money means to me, to my children, to my family, to my caregivers, my support system, my mother, my friends. Yeah, it's just, if I could do more, I would. If I could yell from the mountaintops about how important this organization is, I really would. So yes. Okay. All right.
So fabulous.
You did a great job.
Fabulous.
You look so good.
Thank you.